Nick here from NK Courses, and welcome to this video where we go through what I like to call the 6 pillars of freelancing. So why is this an important thing to go through? Well, it's because these are the cornerstones for every freelancer that will massively influence if your career will succeed or fail. Whether you're struggling with landing regular gigs, getting higher paid clients, or working on meaningful projects, these challenges, and more importantly, the solutions, will be within these steps. Like a freelance doctor, we first have to diagnose where we're feeling this quote-unquote pain, and then dissect each area of your freelance business to pinpoint exactly what stage is it that's holding you back, or is it a combination of many things? As we go through each step, I want you to ask yourself, which is the weakest area in your opinion? And if you were to work on it, what would bring you the most dramatic results? With that being said, let's kick off with our first pillar, mindset. So how do we adopt a healthy mindset? First, we need to shine a light on what you believe success is to you. Do you want to be in the heart of LA in a high-end studio working with a team of artists and geeking out as you work on the top secret project on a new Netflix show? Or maybe you want to earn 100k a year from the comfort of your home, working 12 hours a week and spending as much time as possible with your family. At this mindset stage, let's say that getting clients is your biggest challenge. So it's important to address, why aren't you getting them? Is it a skills issue? Do you find it difficult to network? Are you unsure of how or where to reach out to your clients? Or maybe you know who they are, and it's just about having the confidence to approach them. Having a winning mindset is at the core of everything else, because without getting clarity on our thoughts, we won't then take intentional action, and therefore never achieve what we want. So sharpening your intentions, self-belief, and motivation will ensure your success. Now onto our second pillar, clients. Wouldn't it be incredible if you had clients fighting over you to book you in with big budget projects that allow you to have your creative voice on it? Well, there's a way to have this screaming fan base of quality clients that repeatedly come back to you time and time again. So here are 4 steps that you can do. Number 1, knowing who your ideal client is. Number 2, knowing where to find them. 3, having systems in place that markets you in a way that you are the ideal choice. And 4, knowing how to communicate with them in a way that wins them over. Now, a huge part of what you should focus on if you're struggling to get clients is making sure you have ways for clients to find you through inbound marketing, like joining all the relevant job platforms, attending events that your clients hang out at, and posting your latest work on relevant social media and platforms, as well as outbound marketing techniques like having a talent agent that partners with you to find you great projects and clients. There are so many emerging platforms and tech that make it easier than ever to get the clients that you want. So if you are struggling to find clients, but you know who you want to work with, and you're just unsure of who to speak to within that company, you can use a platform like Rocket Reach, and there are many others, that allow you to find a client's email address from their LinkedIn profile so you can just email or contact them directly. How about if you want to work in the film and TV industry? Well, there's platforms like Production Base or Mandy.com that has a whole jobs board for roles in pre-production, production, and post-production. And the good news is there's a platform or method to work with anyone you want. It's just a case of knowing which ones are best fitted for you and then using them correctly to maximize your chances of success. Each one that I've discovered and personally used will be updated inside of our course so that you can tap into those to find your clients too. On to step 3, strategy. The number 1 mistake I see freelancers make is that they don't have a clear plan for their freelance business. And I mean this in 2 senses. In their freelance vision, they are either unsure of what they're aiming for exactly, or don't know how to make their goal a reality. So the 2 components of this are the objective, which is the what you're aiming for, and then we look at the process, which is how you get there. So let's start by looking at what your objectives are. For example, if you were to imagine who your dream client is, who is it that you want to work with? If you had one brand, person, or organization that you would drop everything for, who would that be? What sector are they in? What genre are they? What type of work do you want to be doing exactly for them? There's a lot to unpack here, so you'll really want to sit down and do a simple exercise called the Why worksheet, which I'll link to below. This is a way to easily investigate and have tangible answers for what your idea of success is. We then need to look into your process, which is creating a workflow that makes you achieve this as easy as humanly possible. Let's say that you find it hard to get clear client briefs. We have the brief generator, which is our tool that automatically briefs your clients, so it cuts out all of that ambiguity and gets you to that meaty brief. What if you don't have a way of keeping on top of where your clients are coming from or how they found you? And most importantly, where should you be putting all your time and marketing energy into? Then you'd use our client tracker, which allows you to keep on top of where the majority of your highest paying or your favorite clients are coming from, so you know exactly where to invest all of your efforts. This simple process of putting strategies in place that will help you to run your business will mean that you can be ready at every stage of what we call the client journey. All the way from acquiring the gig to agreeing the brief, doing the work, winning them over, and getting paid handsomely and on time. However, we don't cover how to spend your money. That's down to you. Talking of getting paid, number 4 is your finances. The most common question we all ask ourselves on every project is, how much should I charge? Your price says a huge amount about you. It's not only a reflection of the quality of your service, but it also shows the confidence or lack of, and therefore how valuable you deem yourself to be. You want to make sure that you're not undercharging and missing out on potential earnings. You also don't want to overprice and scare away the potential client. So how do you strike the perfect balance? You need to know about all the various ways that you can price yourself. Do you have a day rate? If so, how much do you charge per hour and day? Should you charge the same amount for Joe Blogs as you would for a feature film for Warner Brothers? Do you always trade your time for money? Could you have a set fee regardless of how little or long you spend on the project? Or what about value-based pricing, which is charging in line with the value it brings your client? Another difficult challenge is knowing when and how to raise your rates, and then having your client agree to this. Those conversations can be daunting, but there are ways to have this money talk that screams confidence, self-worth, and communicates that you have value to bring. But don't worry, we have a whole separate lesson on this, along with another one on how much to price yourself. This pairs perfectly with our tool, the Quote Generator, which has industry standard rates from each role, from pre-production and post-production. So you just input how many days you need for each role, and then it will have your total price to charge your client. A last point on finances are that you want to ensure that you are always a profitable freelancer. The way to do this is to ensure that you know exactly what your overheads are to run your business and what's left over from that once you've included your income. You then need a way to track all of your revenue and assets into one simple place so that you can set personal and business financial goals by knowing exactly how much you need to afford the life that you want. Coming up at number 5 is business. The truth is, the video industry has never been a better time to work in than now. The demand is through the roof, and with platforms and consumption at its all-time highest. So the issue isn't with demand, it's the supply of quality freelancers and pairing them with the right clients and projects. So knowing how to find the right ones for you are crucial. So you can either say a huge yes to only the best briefs that you like, or you could expand your company by taking on other freelancers to grow your empire. That's why I believe so much that the future is bright for freelancers in the film and video space, because I haven't seen it slow down in all of my years of freelancing. The last step is knowing how to win them over by building rapport and knowing how to overcome objections and challenges like a pro. This of course comes with practice by having those difficult conversations early on. But if you're ever unsure of how to pitch to clients, negotiate your rates, or get business referrals, I have a number of templates you can use that will shortcut you through this whole process. The last point on your business is that it's as strong as the core values and principles that guide it. And the one that informs all of this is you. As the founder, you need to be the one that has a definable, crystal clear vision for your brand. And to be able to set achievable milestones, manage your time effectively, and essentially run a business that thrives. So whether you're a company of 1 or 100, you'll want to develop your business skills to have the foundations of a great leader. And lastly, number 6 are your skills. Your personal and creative skills weave into one another. Your creative skills are what grab your future clients' attention, but your personal skills are what keep your clients coming back to you. It's a given that in this game of freelancing, you need a strong creative skill set. Whether you're someone that can edit killer videos, you create visual effects like none other, you create the most realistic compositions that anyone's ever seen, or you get the sweetest skin tones in a grade. Combine this with a great personality and any other passions and interests that you have will really allow you to stand out from the crowd. As we mentioned at stage 5 in the business section, as an individual running a freelance business, there are so many hats that you need to wear. And the good news is you don't have to wear all of them at once if you don't want to. Let's say that posting your latest project on social media isn't your strength or you just don't enjoy it. You can either learn how to get better at it or you can delegate this to someone who's incredible at it. This is called opportunity cost. The idea is that you want to utilize your time and passion only doing high value tasks that are essential to run your business. However, you may be that rare freelancer that is an excellent communicator, decision maker, creative artist, business owner. You love networking and negotiating, and you enjoy all of these roles. And by all means, focus on that. So whether it's personal or creative skills, identify what are your strengths and your weaknesses are, and then which ones do you want to evolve and which responsibilities do you want to hand over. As you can see, you can't have a successful business without each area being as strong as the next. So each stage is actually intimately linked to one another and ordered in a way that takes you from building up a foundation of a strong and healthy mindset all the way up to sharpening your skills to deliver the best work and service possible. I promise you, mastering these 6 pillars will set you apart from your competition and make clients come back to you again and again. And more importantly, will help you to live the freelancer life that you've intended. I also want to emphasize that with everything being said, none of this matters unless you take the stance that you are responsible for your success and no one else. You have to take ownership over being the one that drives your company forward and ultimately puts in the work. What I've created in this course is condensed knowledge from years of experience to shortcut you to creating a successful freelance career and to avoid all of the pain that I went through. Everything discussed is the exact structure we go through in our course Freelance Mastery to help you become the strongest freelancer possible. With actionable steps after each lesson, as well as resources like our digital tools, masterclass, templates on what to say to your clients, and a whole lot more to help you at every single stage of your freelance journey. I hope you found this overview really helpful, and as always, if you have any questions, get in touch anytime, and I look forward to seeing you inside of the course.